Well, hello there, beautiful rays of light. Thank you for joining me on the Hill Spot podcast. I am Nikki S. Salas, your host, spiritual guide, well-being educator, and all-around inspiration giver. This is about promoting healing. We want to promote healing so we can live better. When we are doing better, we are able to enjoy our lives. And how do we do this? We do this by positively affecting the different aspects of the self, whether that be mentally, physically, emotionally, and the spirit. The spirit loves that. It goes along for the ride. So make sure you subscribe so you can be notified of upcoming videos and life teachings. Thank you for joining me. Peace and blessings. So today we're going to connect, we're going to share, we're going to speak of healing through, you can call it being minimalistic if you choose to call it that, being minimal, but I love to call it mindful living. You can also consider it as soft living. I simply love to say it is. This is the way that Nikki loves to live, and this is what is working for her. But in this context, we can say softer living, but if anything, I love to call it more mindful living. So throughout the years, because I am a seasoned woman, because we don't believe in calling ourselves old over here, right? But throughout the years, my younger years, I used to move a lot when my children were younger. And I did so because I was a single mother and I would look for places that was within my budget. Again, me taking care of myself and three children. Um, you had to take all these things into consideration as far as rent, bills and all this other stuff that comes with it, the other bills, right? Just life bills. So anyway, um, there were some people that used to call me a gypsy. This is no shade, no hate against those people who call themselves gypsy, because we don't believe in that, right? But I was called this because, again, I moved around a lot. And I chose to accept this term and define it in my own way. Though I was moving around, as you can say, or moved a lot when I was younger, I've learned to, again, accept that as me. Back then it was more so about, okay, I have to find places to live for us as far as budget wise. And then later on, as my children got up in age, it was looking to be in safer neighborhoods, be in neighborhoods that had better schools. But still, because of this, of what I was doing, I chose to see it as a good thing. Now, I have had many conversations with different people that talked of moving around, whether it be something similar to what I experienced, or people that moved around due to being part of a family that was in the military, just all these different reasons. And we get to choose of how we take things on in our lives, right? But I choose to flip it instead of saying, oh, it's a bad thing, or what people were trying to put on me. I chose to take that on as a good thing, that each time I moved to different places, I took on a new experience and I challenged myself, and I was able to adapt even more. Still to this day, I can be put in different settings because of that consistent moving throughout the years. And we're going to talk more about what that means about moving, but throughout the years, that consistent movement, how it has helped me. In a previous podcast, I have talked about me being a nurse. And in my nursing career, I have worked in many areas of healthcare, whether it be hospice, pediatrics, schools, skilled care, assisted living, post-acute, all these different um, atmospheres or environments. But because of that, I was able to adapt quicker, though there was still a new place. I had to go through the challenges of learning these new places. But I was able to, again, um, be more quicker on my feet, as they say, with thinking. And again, it gave me new lessons and a new way of seeing life. And I was able to meet new people. So it comes to this time, right? Where I'm at now in this season of my life where I don't move as much as we did before, but I still have moved quite a lot, right? But again, I see this as not only me physically moving, but me moving in my mind. Just like I told you, when I would go to these different places, these different areas, these different environments, whether it be a resident place, right? Because we live everywhere. We just don't just live in our what we call homes or houses, because your body is your truest home, right? But me going into these different environments helped change my mind, right? Like I told you, I was being challenged. It was giving me new lessons. And because of that, in the season I am in now, I love that and I yearn for that. I seek that. I seek to be challenged in great ways. One of the intentions that I love to put out into the air, into the universe, to the divine source, which is everything, right? Is how can I be better? Help me to be better. And in me being better, that requires for me to be challenged, because that's how we truly grow, right? That's actually how we evolve. We expand and expand our mind, doing the same thing over and over. Our bodies even don't like it. If I love to walk outside, I love to move my body in different ways. I love to do fun cardio, and whether it be dance and things like that. But even if we do that over and over again, our body is like, okay, all right, girl, you need to do something different. Especially if we are looking to obtain a goal such as, changing our physical appearance, whether it be weight management or so forth. And that depends on the person, right? But our bodies need to be challenged to go to the next level. And that is, again, a reason why, one of the main reasons why I look to move. I look to go to different places. So, with all that being said, this has brought me to mindful living. So, throughout I want to say past 11 years, the different places I have moved to with my husband has brought on new challenges. And it has also taught me and gave me a great lesson of take with you that is important to you, and even some of the things that we may think that is important to us don't really mean a hill of beans. And this is what I mean. So we recently moved from the state of Florida to another state, the state of Texas. And in this move, we decided this time to get rid of just about everything. I want to say over 90% of the stuff we got rid of. Brand new furniture, this, that, and so, just a lot of things. But when we moved to this new state, not only the physical state, but this new mental state, it was telling us to let go, be mindful. So what we did was, whatever we couldn't sell, we just got rid of it. We asked people, we went up on an app and we asked someone to come pick it up. Whatever they did with it, it was up to them. We wasn't holding on to, oh, we paid this money for this, we spent this time with this. They were just things. And we feel like they served their time. Just like I said, previously throughout the years, the different places that I physically moved to, they served their time. And in order for me to go somewhere else, I had to be willing to let that go and say, thank you, God, or thank you for the time. Thank you for what you have shown me, the lessons you have given me, because there's lessons everywhere, right? And then move on. Because a lot of times when we are trying to move to a different place in our life, not only physically, but in our mind, because we should be growing in our mind, right? Because our mind is so expansive. However, it is very difficult for us to focus and have attention and give intention on certain things when we're carrying a lot of stuff with us. So when we moved from the state, the physical state of Florida to Texas, we only took what we could fit in our cars, and we were very selective of that. And we were okay with that, and still okay with that. We didn't have no problem of, we choose not to call it rebuilding, but just growing or going into a different state. Not only a different state physically, but a different state in our mind. And to allow us to focus our attention and give attention on those things that are more important to us, and be able to open ourselves up to new things that could be important to us. So this is something that I've practiced. It's something I practiced throughout the years of letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go in order to receive the new. Saying to yourself, saying to God, the universe, or whatever that you choose to call higher being, thank you for the time. Thank you for what you have given me. Thank you for the lessons. What is next for me? Because I believe often we carry a lot of things that don't serve the best of us. And you know what I believe in. I love to say, do what's best for your soul, what helps you to be well. And when we are well, right, when we are more well, we are able to experience joy, to be of love, to open ourselves up to be in love, and to just have a better life, period. Is I say this as fact for myself, and I believe that can be fact for you. And a lot of times when we carry this stuff, even in our mind of what we think is important and it's not important, we should be asking ourselves. I encourage you to ask yourself, is this working out to the best for me? Because a lot of times we carry stuff on, we take these things on, whether it be narratives of how we're supposed to live our life, the stories, narratives of how the things that we should have in our life, and they're not helping us to grow. They're actually stunting our growth. And I, again, speak for myself throughout the years and where I'm at now, because of the things I was willing to let go. It was able to open me up to be able to accept new things in my life and to help me to expand. Not only physically, yes, I'm meeting new people, new places, seeing new things, which has been proven that it helps us. It helps us to, experience those and release those feel good hormones, dopamine and so forth, serotonin. But it actually helps the mind, because that's what the mind wants us to do. It's like, use me. And according to facts, and not to saying that everything is about science, right? Because I am a woo-woo person. I know sometimes people say, well, this is woo-woo, that's woo-woo, and that's up on them. Hey, no shade, no hate over here. But I love to be in the woo-woo. I love to live in that space. I'm open to that space because that is bigger than anything. But when it comes to that type of knowing, when it comes to research, that there's much research about us doing new things and how that benefits us. And sometimes, actually more often, we're not able to experience these new things because we're on to the old stuff. Holding on, oh, this got to come with me. For example, when we moved from up north to Florida, we hired movers, moving truck, all this stuff. And actually, a lot of that stuff got messed up, y'all. It got messed up in the move, whether we messed it up, the movers messed it up. And when we was, putting stuff around in the house in Florida, and then I'm like, we paid this money, we spent this time, we put this effort, energy, in moving these certain items, and they wind up breaking or leaving us. They was actually helping us out. Like, look, we just gonna leave y'all, so y'all go ahead and get something new. Not only physically, but new in our minds. And then that helped us with the move to Texas. And we was like, hey, brand new furniture here, yeah, let it go. Throw it away, give it away, whatever. Again, which much of the items, I don't think we sold much. Much of it was given away. And again, we had to choose to be okay with that. And when it comes to, yes, that is the things around the house, but even how I love to practice. This is again not only Nikki being a minimalistic person, but like I said, a mindful person. I love to call myself, this is Nikki way of living, but I can consider it, or you can say it as mindful living, soft living, even when it comes to clothing and different things like that, which I love nice things, but I just choose not to put too much stock in them because anything can happen to them. Whether it something gets stained, get ripped or whatever, and then I have to be in that place where it's like, okay, thank you for the time that you had. Though I believe in caring for my the stuff that I have, because I believe those are gifts. Those are gifts from the divine source, and it is my job to take care of them, right? Because the better I manage them, the longer they can be here for me and being a service for me, whether it be clothes, shoes, and so forth. My car as well. But again, me personally, I don't put too much stock in them because they are things. Because none of this stuff is ours anyway, y'all. When it's time to go, when it's time to leave this true home of earth and this home of our bodies, we can't take none of this with us. And yes, again, while we're here, we want to experience. We want to experience life. But I'm here to tell you, again, from me, the best things that we could carry with us is experience. Because good experiences, right? Because that's something can't nobody take away from you. Whether it can't be stained or ripped, that is something that is yours and yours alone. And I believe that we take it on with us when we leave this physical realm, this physical place, and go into the next place, the next space, which is eternal and bigger and more expansive than we can ever imagine. And when we have that way of thinking, that way of living, of being mindful, of being soft, allowing ourselves to not be so callous and hardened of these narratives that we create and say that we have to be, we can always create a new one. We can always allow ourselves to let it go so we can receive what's best for us. And it is my knowing when we do so, we open ourselves up again to love, of being the love, to be love, and a greater connection to divine source that would tell you what's best for you if you're always willing to be open and listen. But in order to do so, we have to let go of attachments, because attachments and connections are two different things. Attachments are these narratives or these things that we say that's important, but a connection is more of an example, a great experience. Having some tea or coffee with a friend that you care about and cares about you as well. Going on that trip, going on a walk, sitting in nature, that's connection. And I want you to experience connection more than anything. Yes, I want you to have a great time while you down on this earth. But I choose, I encourage you, I say it this way, that you be more mindful. Until the next time, this is Nikki S. Salas, your inspirational giver, your well-being educator. And I wish you all well. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.